Is
Really?
water wet? Is water wet? Yes, it's wet. You're an idiot for asking that question.
Welcome to the first edition of Puppy Chow.
We tried to. Don't introduce yourself.
My name. Continue. I want to know. Say, keep going. Keep going.
I'm so glad you didn't just keep going because I'm like, oh, that awkward my name would have haunted me.
That would have haunted me for years to come.
So, this is the first episode. Well, the 1.5 because we technically, Christian will get into that. But I'm Alex, the fun one.
Okay, it's me. My name is Christian, and I'm here with Alex. Alex, say hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Skylar, say hi.
Hey.
Skylar's a little anxious to say hi because of how many times he's messed up the intro.
We should just keep the first two tries.
We tried to record this like 2 days ago or something, and man, was it not usable! Holy cow! We're hilarious. We are amazing. We're the best. We're actually
say that again.
We're the,
Oh my gosh.
We're the best, but the quality was
Really
terrible.
experienced.
I was way too quiet. Alex's mic was like popping. Skylar was the only one that was okay, actually. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the Enneagram personality test. I have never taken this test, so we're just gonna be talking about all the questions basically, and like discussing like just all the questions. I don't know what they are. I strive for perfection. That's awesome. But anyways, we're gonna get into it. So welcome to Puppy Chow. May your chows be puppy, and may your chocolate peanut butter snacks be delicious. What do you guys think about that?
All right.
What do you
I
think
like
about
that.
that?
We might need to
Yeah.
keep that.
That was definitely, that was usable for sure.
Yeah, definitely usable.
But yeah, I think
What'd you guys
it's
think
like
about that though?
I mean, I really liked it, Christian.
It was
really
definitely
liked
something. It was definitely something. I have no opinion on it.
You
as of
hated
right
it.
now.
You hated it.
Yeah.
You
That's
hated
what
it.
I'm trying to get to that, but I was trying to like ease into it.
You
softly
hated
so
it.
it wouldn't hurt your feelings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I hated it. Absolutely hated it.
I'm crying right now. I don't even want to take this test anymore.
All right. Well,
You hated
it's
it.
too bad. You don't have a choice. Take it right now.
All right, great. I strive for perfection.
Oh, just one disclaimer though. For anyone who hasn't taken the test, it is kind of a personal thing in nature. So it's
Definitely
not
in nature.
recommended to do it with other people, but Christians.
I'm an
The
open
type doesn't
open
matter.
book. I'm gonna answer
Yeah,
everything honestly. I don't care about you guys.
So
But
he's an open book.
if there's a question that you see that we haven't answered, it's because I'm not an open book and I don't want people to know what I think about it.
So that's the exception.
But okay, yeah, let's just like hop into it. Let's just like
All right.
discuss this. Well, before I go into this, I don't think anything of these kind of tests. I personally don't think they add any sort of value or any truth to anything.
All right.
And that is
Bold
my
claim.
opinion.
That's very bold. That's a good way to start it.
That is my opinion. But I'm gonna take it anyways.
Okay. To
But
be fair,
it's like astrology for me. Like astrology means nothing. It's just like your birthday or something.
It's not the same. It's not the same though because
Is it not? Because it
astrology
feels
is
the
based-
same.
No, because hear me out, okay? Astrology is based off of your birthday, right? You don't control when you're born. You
Yeah.
have no control over that.
Yeah.
That's just like when you're born. And you have no say in what happens when your parents conceive you and all that stuff. You have no say in that. This is based on questions that you answer, and you're supposed to answer them totally 100% honest. So all these answers that you put on all these questions are going to come together to give you what you are. So it's a little bit different, because with astrology it's just random, right? It's just like, oh yeah, I guess I kind of agree. I guess I might be a Cancer because cancers wear shoes, and that's relatable, right? Now, I'm not trying to piss anyone off that likes astrology, right? Because astrology, some people are really into it, right? And I'm not trying to get in that crowd, but yeah, no, astrology to me is just like, you'll find one thing that you're like, oh well, that's really relatable, and then we'll just like go head first into it, right? Like they'll be like, oh, I'm a Scorpio, so I can be a jerk to you right now because that's what it tells me, that's what the stars say, right? Like, what are you talking about? Shut up, right?
Okay, yeah, this definitely is a little better because it's based on questions.
Yes.
So
And it takes like 10
yeah.
minutes.
Hopefully you'll find some value in this.
Yeah, because you find zero value in it at all, and that's why you're taking it. So
No, I'm not saying
you.
I don't find value. I'm saying I put zero value into it. I don't apply my life around the number 6. That means, oh, I'm a little boy and I'm a tiny little boy,
I don't think that's what it means.
Yeah,
let's just get into it. All right.
Okay.
So answering some of these questions.
Okay, so
we can
an
actually-
answer I've already answered is I strive for perfection. I would say
Okay.
that's very inaccurate. I, which sounds bad when you first think about it, but like I know that I'm not going to be perfect at anything. Like especially in school, like I did not strive for perfection because it was just like, I don't know, some of the stuff I just didn't care about. I guess what do you think the question is? I strive for perfection in things I want to be perfect at, or just in general everything?
I think it's just in general.
In general.
In general. So I would say
Yeah, I think you
that's
took it the right way.
inaccurate because I strive for perfection in places that I care about, but most of the things that I have to do I don't care about.
Right.
That's fair. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, should we go to the next one? Or
Yeah. Is it just inaccurate, neutral, and accurate, or is there varying degrees of each of those things?
Yeah, it's
I think-
varying degrees, like in between of inaccurate, and neutral, and then in between neutral and accurate.
I think
Okay, so you put-
I think it's going from very to kinda to neutral to kinda to very.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did between inaccurate and neutral.
Yeah, kinda inaccurate inaccurate to say. Okay, I work hard to be helpful to others. Ooh, that's weird. I don't know. Do I? Do I work hard?
It's a weird way to like phrase that.
Do I work
I work
hard
hard
to
to
be
be
helpful to
helpful.
others? I feel
And
like
you-
I feel like if I'm struggling to find the answer, then it's probably neutral. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
it's also like kind of awkward because just know that you're not arrogant for thinking that you are a helpful person. Like
yeah.
some of these questions you'll have to think positively about yourself, which is kind of uncomfortable. But
Dang,
Especially
Skylar,
with
pulling
it
out my
being-
guts right there.
Well, it'll be
you know
displayed
what?
for
Yeah,
people
yeah.
to see.
You know what? Yes, I do think I'm a little bit. I work hard to be helpful to others. When
Yeah.
people need help, I don't go out of my way. But if I went out of my way, I would take this box. But I don't go out of my way a lot of. Actually, no, I do. But it just depends on the person, I think.
You just got to
That's fair.
answer truthfully. What you think is true.
Yeah.
Our word means nothing in this. This is all you.
No,
Right.
but it's we're having a discussion about it. So
That is true.
just in general, like, do you feel like you guys work hard to be helpful to others? I feel like that's such a strange question.
Yeah, that's a tricky question. I feel like everyone likes to believe that they would, like
yeah,
you'd always want to be helpful to others. It's just like specifically, I think that's why they word it like I personally work hard to be helpful, which like
Yeah.
I guess you could like for me, I would say yeah, probably like I always want to be there for someone regardless of what I like am doing. Like I always try to put people first, but so yeah, I would say I'd say that's pretty accurate. Yeah, for me at least.
Yeah, for right here.
Yeah.
And Skylar, you're there all the way. I don't even have to ask you. I know you do.
well, thank you.
You're welcome. Freaking little. You're such a little man. You don't understand.
Such a little man.
Such a
Such a little man.
thing?
Drop the little man thing. Oh my god.
Jeez. I was trying to turn
It's
it
like
into
that,
an insult, but it wasn't. It wasn't coming out right. You know.
Oh, it just made it weird.
It's like that SpongeBob episode where his relative from prison comes. And he's like, "You know, you'll always be my little man." You know that one?
What are you talking?
That's amazing.
Go to the next question.
Well, let's
Gonna
go
take a year.
let's go a little faster, just because I feel like people are gonna get just a little bit antsy with. Okay,
Yeah.
it is important to me that other people like me. Next question.
That was easy.
That one's so easy. I don't care, dude. I don't care at all. Is it bad that I don't care?
No,
Or is
no.
it
This is
good?
all.
No,
I mean,
that's
this
just-
is how you feel. You know.
Yeah.
That's just you.
Okay. Is it important to me to achieve great things? Actually, yes. It's
Yeah.
really important. Like
Yeah.
that's that's a lot of the reasons why I write things, because I want them to turn into things, and
Mm.
you know I don't know, like I want there to be something left of me. That's especially why I'm a performer, because I want to be great, so that other people look at me and say, "Oh, he's great," but so that they also have a good experience when it comes to like my performances and stuff. So I want to, I would say yes. Okay. I make more significant contributions than the average person. Neutral. I'd say I don't make more. Not now, at least. I'm hoping to in the future. That's why I'm going to college, so that I can make contributions. But, I'm an idiot, dude. I'm so stupid. Let's go, dude. Sorry. I'm
Come
trying
on,
to.
little
I'm,
man.
come on, little man. I'm just trying to spice it up a little bit. I don't want it to be like boring.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk well because we're trying to let you take this test so you can get the best possible answers.
Dude,
for you.
I want you guys to talk though, because I'm not gonna not answer them, honestly, because I want it to come out correctly. So you guys can you guys can comment and stuff. I feel my emotions very deeply. Ooh, no, okay, it's hard for me to feel. It's really hard.
Just in general.
Yeah, just in general. So, but yeah, I think it's like there are times when I really do, but I think most of the time that's inaccurate. I think deeply about things. Yeah, I would say that's probably very true, because things that I care about. Yeah. Okay, I am prepared for any disaster.
Oh,
No.
it's such a strange question.
Actually,
I feel like there's no
a little bit.
because it depends. Because if you're thinking about, like, it depends on what a disaster technically is, right? Because you're thinking like catastrophic disaster. I feel like a disaster is anything from like a fire, like an avalanche, car crash. Disaster is kind of hard to say exactly what that is.
Yeah, it's
Which
hard to pinpoint.
I would think. I mean, me personally, I think I'm pretty prepared for most disasters. I always am constantly in the back of my head being like, "Oh God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm waiting for it. I'm ready." And then nothing happens. So
Yeah, see, that's why I take this box, because I think that's kind of me too. Like like when I'm walking down the street and it's a little bit later and it's just me and there's like another guy from the other side of the street, like I'm prepared for that person to
exactly.
cause a disaster.
No, so if you're saying you are prepared for a disaster, then it would be more accurate.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, accurate. Yeah.
That's what we're here, right?
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I just took the wrong box. Is it
Do you want to edit out that one question?
which question?
You missed. I have a sense that other people will.
Oh my
never
gosh,
truly
no, I
understand.
just totally missed
okay.
it.
I thought you were
Okay.
I thought you were avoiding that question, but I was I
No,
was really interested why you were avoiding it. I was like,
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
fascinating.
no, I just
Man, he
missed
must
it.
feel that one pretty deeply.
I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. 100%, dude. Yes.
Interesting.
No, I don't. There's not a person alive that I think would understand me, and it's not like a negative thing I feel towards people. It's a thing that like I don't think people I don't if you're of the right mind, you probably won't understand everything about me.
Hmm.
Never,
Interesting.
because the word truly really like sets it for me. Like if it was never understand me, I'd probably like tick this box or even neutral, but truly understand me, I don't know.
Like
I'm
on a deep level, I guess, like on a very, very like
Yeah, because in
personal.
a way, like I don't understand myself half the time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm thinking. So,
Hmm.
And I think you might change that answer someday, because
hopefully,
I
yeah.
feel like, um, in like, especially in like a marriage relationship, that's the goal,
Yeah.
is to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
work towards that point.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
not
So,
like I feel like McKenna's probably my girlfriend McKenna is probably the person that understands me the most at this point, just because
right.
we talk like literally all the time. But
Yeah. You talk the most to that person, right? So yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. But even some things she still doesn't understand. Like you know, we've had some struggles with that kind of stuff, like us not understanding each other. Like we communicate, but it's hard to understand one
Yeah.
another sometimes, which is why it inclines me to click this
Fair.
box.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to skip this one. You guys made me do it. I feel pressured. It's a fake answer. This isn't real. I hate myself. Okay, it is important to me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. No, I would say highly inaccurate because, a lot of my life has been built on pain and suffering.
So
Just,
you really, really
just
love
my,
pain and suffering.
just my, no, I don't love it, but it's not important to me to avoid it because it's unavoidable, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
not
true.
gonna I'm
Yeah.
not gonna waste my efforts trying to avoid it if there are things that you can do to make yourself happier, and like I indulge going to counseling and like things like that. Like I've done all that kind of stuff, and it really really helps. But to try and avoid it at all times, there's
Yeah.
that you're just gonna cause more of it. I think.
Could be unhealthy. Yeah.
I
That
think
makes
you're gonna
sense.
cause more of it. Anyways, next question. I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited.
Oh.
I don't know why I read that so aggressively.
Yeah. You
Happy.
you read it in a
Excited.
really weird way.
Happy
I don't
or
know.
excited? What? Screw this question.
No.
I would say yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah. I
For
mean,
real,
yeah.
who
It's just
doesn't? I mean there
yeah.
are times where like I'll be seeking out a situation that like I don't care about and I'm like why am I doing this, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you know, who doesn't? Do you guys get why this is a question?
I think I think it's asking you on like a more personal level. Like, do you personally seek out those experiences? Like, you go out of your way to find those experiences that make you feel happy or excited.
Bro,
You
the
know?
the the degree I am going in, does not guarantee any financial stability whatsoever, and it is all because I want to be happy doing the thing I do.
That is
Right.
true. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm going in debt for this.
To be
So,
happy and excited.
yeah.
To be happy and excited.
To be happy and excited, not or. Oh, gosh,
Both. It's
freaking
the best
question.
of both worlds.
That is the best of both. I see the
Oh.
positive in every situation. No, I don't. I see the negative for sure. I see. I see
I just
the.
like the way you. No.
No.
No, no, I really don't. I
Yeah.
definitely see the negative in most situations. It's But there are times when I do see the positive, but it's only when I've already thought, like if I get posed with a new challenge or a new difficult thing, or maybe something that I haven't solved like in my own weird head, then I don't find the positive. I can't find the positive in that situation because my brain can't like comprehend what the positive is. But
Yeah.
if it's something like homework or like school, like I saw so much of the negative side of that growing up, like so
Mm.
much. And then just to grow out of like high school and going into college in like a different country where they don't make you do all that random stuff that most
Yeah.
colleges make you do. It's like I definitely see I definitely have gotten perspective on my past self and like how important that stuff actually was for me to do.
Mm.
It wasn't important. It wasn't important to me at all. I don't think it built any good character traits in myself. So yeah, it's really hard for me to see the positive when I'm so stuck in the negative. But once I get out, I see the positive.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes retrospect.
Yeah, for sure, especially for me. That's
Yeah.
why like if I'm in an argument with somebody, like I need to like take a second and get out of there and then get some freaking perspective and then come
Right.
back and be like, "Yo, this is what's going on." Like usually apologize cuz sometimes I can be a douche in those situations, but you know. Anyways, I am not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong.
I gotta say, yeah, that's a strong, yeah.
I
Very
think
strong.
I think we'll all agree that is that is very accurate.
I would say that is very accurate. Yeah.
And that's something I appreciate about you too.
Good. I'm glad you appreciate it because I appreciate it about myself, which I did not appreciate it about myself for a while. But then I was like, you know what? No, I appreciate that I do that because not enough people do. Not enough
For real.
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
tell when somebody is wrong. Now, so, you
I
know, it is
was.
to a fault. It is to a fault. Like if
It,
we're
yeah.
like I was doing a group project with some of the people I do classes with. There's somebody that was just dishing out just terrible ideas, and I just kept shutting them down. And then and then one of my friends who's like across the room like texted me and was like, "Bro, chill. It's just a group project." And I was like, "I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm sorry."
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, so it is
yeah.
to a fault. I would say it's not, both extremes aren't good. I think somebody
Yeah.
that sits right here is probably good for them, but this is a
Yeah.
little extreme. But I do sit here. Let other people make the decisions. No, for
Yeah.
sure not.
Strong no.
Strong no, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Ask anyone that has tried to make a decision for me. A decision I care about. If it's like, hey, where do you want to go to eat? I'm like, I don't care because I actually don't. But
Yeah.
if it's like, do this for your career or do this for me right now, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So then I don't do it.
So like big decisions,
Like
pretty much.
big-ish decisions. Sometimes it can even be like I'll be like sleeping and somebody wants me to get up to like do something and I'll just be like no. I'll go back to sleep. So like that's not a big decision, but like you know, I I don't I'll do what somebody wants me to do if I don't want to do it if care about that person or if I think or if like my logical side is telling me that I should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I have my emotional side where I'm like, oh, I know I just want to sleep, but my logical side could be saying, no, you should do this for this person so that you're a good person and they need help. That's the side of
Yeah.
me that'll get me out of my emotional state and into helping somebody. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. What? Am I just lagging?
You,
My brain? I appreciate
Um,
having rules that people are expected to follow. No, I don't have rules. What?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. I don't think it's mainly saying like your own rules. I think it's just rules in general. Like it's just like if there's any type of rules that people have to follow, you like
Any type of
appreciate that.
rules. I guess the law.
That's.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, those are rules essentially. Yeah.
I would say the law. Yeah, so that I'll click this one because this is like if I don't care about the law, but this is the law button for my brain. I am concerned about security more than anything else. Security in what? No,
Just
that's
in life.
inaccurate.
I think it's just everything. Yeah.
My job is going to be so insecure about things, but
Yeah.
I like being secure in my friendships.
But
So
more than anything else.
more than no, heck no.
Yeah.
I think a lot about what will happen in the future. Neutral. I'm so I would say I do and I also don't. Actually I would say accurate. I would say a little bit accurate just cuz I just think about logical things like where am I going to live after college? Like
Yeah.
the agency that I want to um, hook up with, like the agents that I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Like next year, what am I going to perform for agents so that they sign me? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say it's accurate, but like personal life stuff, like, am I planning to get married in the future? I don't know. I'm not gonna plan that. I'm not gonna think about that because I don't think it's for me personally. I don't think that's healthy. But like, job wise, yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't fit in with ordinary people. No, I would say if there's a group of ordinary people around, I'll be able to fit in with them. But if you throw in one person that's not ordinary, I will not fit in because I will hook on to that person.
Yeah. I definitely relate to that.
But it just says don't fit in with ordinary people, so
Yeah.
I would say
Well,
I do.
yeah, and ordinary people is kind of hard to define exactly what that means. It's so vague. A lot of these questions are very vague. It's kind of like
I would say like if you're like in a like let's say I don't know, maybe you go to like an office party and there are people that just work day jobs and you're going with like, you know, you're there for some reason and you have to interact with all these people. I'd say I'm pretty good at that. I'm all right at that. I'm not the worst at that.
sure, Christian, whatever you say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
whatever.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks guys. Thanks for the
Yeah,
support.
man.
Thank
I
you.
got you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There is there's rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. What? No. Who thinks that? Do either of you think that? Think this?
There's rarely a good reason for changing how things are done.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't. I think most everything we do is kind of outdated. Uh, so I normally am like, yeah, change is really good. We should change how everything is done because everything we do is so old. Um, that's my opinion on that.
Yeah. What about you,
Yeah.
Skylar? What do you think?
Um, I'd have to agree as well. Although I know people that are very, I know a lot of people that are very, I don't know, traditional, and they don't enjoy change. So I could see how that would be a question um, for a lot of people. But yeah, for myself, no, I love change actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like things should be changing all the time. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. I always finish my chores. I always finish my chores. Very inaccurate. I don't. I'll start I'll start cleaning my room and then just stop. So
And
there
then
you
And
go.
then I won't clean my room.
Then I won't
Yeah.
do it for like a week, and then it'll be really dirty, and then I'll be like, I should probably clean this, and then I start cleaning it, and then I stop again, and then I
Real
don't.
quick,
I don't clean.
do you want to close those Wells Fargo notifications?
Wells Fargo.
Do you not
Which
see
one?
that? Is that my screen? Oh, it's my screen. I was like, why is he leaving those?
I was like, what are
Okay.
you talking about?
I'm so glad
That's
those haven't
so
been there this whole
funny.
time.
That's so
Okay.
funny. Why do you have Wells Fargo? Hold on, one
Yeah,
second.
that's what I'm
Why
wondering.
do you
Yeah,
have
wait.
Wells Fargo notifications? Why do you
Because
have that?
I signed up for my Roth IRA. Do
Oh,
you guys know what that is?
that's so boring. Shut up,
I
dude.
know. Okay.
Shut up.
Never mind.
Yeah, that was way off topic. I don't know
Dang,
why. Even,
why'd you even bring it up? That's your fault. That's not mine. It's not my
like,
fault.
I know we asked you, but like you shouldn't have responded. Honestly.
I should have said you don't want to know. So
Yeah,
That would have
the
been
correct
a
response.
more interesting response than actually telling us.
yeah, more compelling. So mysterious.
Okay. Next question. I am always trying to be a better person. No. I'm not always.
I love the honesty.
Yeah, I told you guys, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's-
be honest. I'm not always trying to be a better person. Yeah, when I realize, because I'm not always realizing my flaws. When I realize my flaws, then I might try and improve them. I
Right.
won't try and improve them every single time, but because sometimes I'm just stubborn and stupid. But no, I'm not always trying to be a better person. I don't know who is besides you, Skylar. You freaking little man. Come here.
You little man. Oh my gosh.
Come here, you
Come
little
here.
man. Okay, I check carefully for mistakes and errors. Yeah, but I'm not successful. I am not successful in doing that. But I really try. I really try. But I'm not
Thought that counts,
successful.
you're making an effort, right?
Yeah.
Good place to start.
Okay. I like to be around people who I can help. No, no, actually, that I can help. Yeah, I love helping people. It gives me an ego boost. I mean, kind of, who doesn't like, I mean, I guess there are people who don't like helping people, but, if you can help them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
I would
sense.
say,
That question
say
makes
yes.
sense. I
I don't know.
don't know.
Okay, I like to feel like that I am an important person in my social groups. Yeah, I would say that's very true. I like that feeling. I don't need it all the time, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I only realized I liked it when I think one of you guys at some point, like early on us hanging out, were like, "Oh, Christian, you're like the leader of the squad, dude." And like it was a joke, but at the same time I was like, "Yeah, I'm the leader of the squad. Let's go, dude." It's not really important because we're all just friends and we're all just hanging out, but it makes me feel good. So yeah.
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 Yeah, whatever you say, Mr. Christian.
Yes, Mr. Christian. Yes. Sit down now.
Yes, sir. Whatever. Yeah, right behind you.
Your guys'
Keep going.
commentary is so good. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We're on page.
We're on
2 of
page 2.
six.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, let's freaking blast through these. The organizations I belong to would not function well without me. What?
Like your school and like your classes and stuff. And
would not
Your
function
stuff
well?
involved.
No, they would function well. They'd still function. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. Not often, but I have been. I have always felt, but then again, it's hard for me to feel things. So like that's just a weird in between to be in. So that's why That's why I
So
think
is
I'm
it
neutral.
often?
Is it often?
Not to make you second guess it,
But it's not often. It's not often that I feel emotions. But when I feel emotions, oftenly I can be
okay.
overtaken by them. So
Then yeah,
yes,
I'd say
I would say
that's
yes.
right on.
I would say neutral. I would say neutral for sure. Okay, I always felt different from other people. Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, 100%. I
Yeah, that
like
makes a lot of sense coming from you, honestly. Yeah.
yeah. No, I felt so different. I felt like just like growing up, I just did all my brothers. I had friends, and their friends didn't like me. So how was I supposed to make friends? I, I like to analyze things from every angle. I mean, I feel like we can agree on that by me taking this quiz and way overthinking every single question. Um, I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. Yeah, I would say yes for sure. That's way different. That's why I was so iffy on the past question about the disaster,
Preparing for
preparing for disaster. But this is what I was like wanting the question to be, so I could click this. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. I just avoid my negative feelings in general, but I would say that's semi-accurate, not like fully accurate. Okay, I seek excitement. I would say that's very accurate. Sometimes to a fault, I seek excitement.
Being excited, you really like to be excited then? You're just always out there trying to get that
for the
excitement.
thrill.
I was so taken off guard by that. Yeah, you really in it for that excitement? You really want that exciting life, huh? You in it for that?
Excitement, huh?
I'm asking, like, this is
I know,
I'm
I
like
I know you're
really curious.
you're genuinely asking. I was just yeah, yeah. I would say
I just want you to elaborate, that's just like I just want to
yeah,
know,
I would say I am in it for excitement. Like I really like being chill, but definitely I really like look chasing after something really exciting to a fault.
Yeah.
Like I won't mention things just because I don't, but I don't
Right.
want to. But no, yeah, to a fault. I can look for excitement. I wouldn't say
That's
I'm
fair.
quite an adrenaline junkie, but sometimes I can be. I am good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. Yeah, for sure. Because I always wanna like disengage people's negative attitudes
Mm.
with a positive one.
Yeah.
Unless
You
it's
like to bring
like,
balance.
yeah. Unless it's like, unless they're being rude to somebody I love, I'm always gonna like disengage it with the bright side, basically. So I'd say that's very accurate. I go along with what other people want. Um, uh, Neutral. It depends on what it is, kind of. We've had a similar question, but I think this one
Yeah.
is more neutral because of how it's phrased. If somebody really wants something and I'm only kind of want something, like, there's no way I'm gonna be like, no, but like, I can be a little bit stubborn at times.
You're not trying to be in control of the situation. You're just trying to go along with it
Yeah, I'm
for
not
whatever
trying to. I'm not
you
trying
want.
to be in control. But sometimes I'm very opinionated. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing. No, I disagree. I feel like most rules are put in place by someone just randomly putting rules in place because they think it'll be good because of their theory about something rather than practical application. Now, when it comes to like walls, laws, when it comes to like
Walls?
when it comes to
When it
like
comes to
when
walls?
it comes to walls, when it comes to law, yeah, like definitely. That's why I'm not 100% inaccurate, but like kind of inaccurate. I kind of
Yeah.
don't agree with this. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. No. I would say that's semi inaccurate, but I like a relationship that makes me feel protected. I like a big strong man at my side,
Yeah.
holding me in his arms. That makes me feel real protected. All right,
Uh,
another section where we blast through. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. Oh no. Oh no. I said blast through, but this is a hard question.
First one.
This is a hard question. I can clearly visualize what will happen in the future. I can clearly visualize what I want will happen in the future, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So I say neutral. I'm very neutral about that statement.
Okay, blasting through.
I
Blasting
like
Yeah,
to
blasting
do
through, blasting.
blasting through. I like to do things I've always done them. What? As I've always
As
done them. Okay, so, kind of inaccurate. I would say I'm very open to not doing things the same, but some things I like doing the same. I persist until a task is done. Not always. If a task deems itself to be too challenging for me, there's no way I'm gonna persist. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fix this electrical wiring, and then I start fixing it. Like, I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm not gonna like go. I'm not gonna persist all the way to electronic engineering classes. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna be like, oh well, now I gotta hire someone. Anyways, sorry,
Yeah.
that was a little rant. I spend
Well,
time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses. No, they just come out. I don't need to spend time on that. I'm very aware of them. So I would say kind of inaccurate. I hold myself to very high standards. I would say that is kind of accurate. It's not like extremely accurate. Just because I give myself slack. Like, I'm not gonna be hard on myself for certain things, which I wouldn't say I do that to a fault though. So I feel like I'm in a healthy place in this regard, which is really hard for people to be in that healthy place in my line of work.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
it's
happy.
hard in general.
Yeah, I'm happy to where I am with that. So that's good. I am a natural caretaker. A natural caretaker. No, I have to work very hard, but I do. Like, if I need to take care of like kids or something, like, I have no idea what to do, but I work really hard at trying to take care of them. So I would say that's inaccurate, but I'm all right with that. I want people to admire me. I'd say that's very accurate. I, because I've had people admire me in the past, and I feel like if I hadn't had that, I would probably be like, oh, that's inaccurate. I don't care. But since I've had that happen, it's like
You know that
I
you
know
want
what
it.
I know what it feels like. Because in less of a selfish way, I like I I want people to admire me for doing something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my performances. Like, I want people to be like, wow, I wish I could be like him, because then that means I did a good job, and it means they're striving to be like me doing a good job. But so, yeah, I'd say very accurate. If I am honest, I feel that I am a bit better than other people. Yeah, I would say that's semi-accurate. I would say the majority of people are terrible. I feel,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
yeah, I feel a deep sense of grief for what I have lost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel grief for the many people I have lost in my life, for sure. I still feel that grief. There's no way I'm not gonna feel grief for the
Yeah.
things that I have lost in life. Because there were some really important people to me that have just that I can't that are just gone now. So yeah, for sure. I am an unusual sort of person. Yeah.
I really like the phrasing of that one. I am
I'm
an
an
unusual sort of person. Kind of sounds like a hobbit, you know?
Yeah.
I'd...
Sounds like a hobbit wrote that. I was thinking it kind of sounded German. I am an unusual sort of person.
Like a Hobbit memoir. Anyways.
I'm small, I have hairy big feet, and I went to Mordor.
Why? Why'd you say it like that? Mordor.
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 Ah.
That's the real way to say it. That's
That
how
is
everyone
the
should.
real way to say it. That's how I read it every time. Okay, I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do. Yes, most people are dumb and terrible. So very highly agree. And most people are children. There's so many children in the world. Of course.
It's very
Yeah.
true. There are a lot of kids.
Like
right?
actual children, actual childs, not just adults that act like childs. They're childs. Oh, gosh. Okay, moving on. It is important to me to be prepared for any emergency. Inaccurate. It's not that important to me to be prepared for any emergency, because if I was prepared for any emergency, then I would be a crazy person. So kind of inaccurate.
Yeah, it's fair.
I distract myself from any sad feelings that arise. Yes. Oh my gosh. If you don't do this, you've never been sad in your life. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that is definitely a coping mechanism for me. If I'm sad, like I'll want to either be by myself and watch videos of just other people like doing like things that make them happy, or like go hang out with some of my friends and just distract myself from the things that
Right.
from my own brain and things like that. Okay, I often make changes in my life when things get boring. I don't know. I think I keep things pretty fresh. But if things get boring in my life, I usually just hook on to other people's lives rather than changing my own. So I would say that's semi inaccurate, but I don't know.
That.
I don't know,
Perspective. That's. I hook on to other people's lives. That's really interesting.
yeah. Why do you say that, huh?
I don't know. I might grab that one. I might
You might steal that one for
I
yourself.
might think about that.
You
Yeah.
might think about that.
It's fascinating the way you said that. I love that.
I like that.
Wow, I like that.
I'm definitely somebody who I like change, and it's very like I want to change things a lot. So,
Yeah,
I'll think
so
about that next
so
time.
next time you want to change something, just think about how you can just hook on to other people's lives and just be a pathetic little man.
Little man. That's what you are, a little man.
You tiny little person,
we
man.
gotta add a clip of that SpongeBob.
I tend to be more optimistic than most people. I don't know. Are most people optimistic? I would say most people are optimistic. So I would say inaccurate, semi-inaccurate. But, it depends on this definition of most people, I guess.
Right.
So I would
Yeah, I
say
mean, go with that.
semi-inaccurate. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want. I would say that's semi-accurate. If it's a group wanting something, I'm not going to make an entire group of people do something I want to do that they don't want to do.
Right.
If I'm like, we should go golfing, and then the group a consensus is we should go bowling, I'm not going to be like, no guys, golfing, because who cares? It's the many against the few. I believe
Right.
that even against myself. So whatever, dude. Who cares? Screw you, questions. Okay,
Let's go, dude.
Oh my
let's
God.
go.
Got
Dude. I got these questions so hard. They don't even know who I am. I feel most comfortable in organizations with a clear hierarchy. Um. Yeah. I totally agree with that. I feel very comfortable and actually kind of inaccurate, or not kind of inaccurate, kind of accurate. Because you know, I feel like I feel most comfortable in those organizations because I know what 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 each person's standing is very clearly, but I also don't feel uncomfortable in a organization without a hierarchy sort of system in place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of accurate. I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm. What does that mean?
Uh,
Um, you are very security conscious. You
I would say that is kind of accurate, but I don't know how many. Like, what is it? Measures? I take measures. I say
well,
neutral. I would say
yeah,
neutral.
because it's mainly
yeah.
just being like, if there's people around you, your loved ones, you're gonna go like out of your way to like keep them safe, essentially.
Yeah, I think about those things, but I don't think I take premeditated measures. Like if I'm
Yeah.
walking down the street with one person, then and somebody's like walking across the other way, like I will know where they are and what that other person is doing. Like I'm very conscious in that essence. And like if one of my loved ones was like, I'm gonna go walk out to my car that's half a mile away and I'm all alone and it's dark outside, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, go for it. I would definitely like go with them. So is that a
Yeah.
would that be a measure? Because I feel like I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm. I feel like that is more of a premeditated thing,
Yeah.
like buying a gun or something like that. You know?
I'd say neutral is probably the right way to go.
Yeah, I would say neutral. I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do. No, that is very inaccurate. I don't read. I don't read. I read books. I, okay, I haven't read a book in a long time, but the last book I read was Stockton's book, which is absolutely epic. I'll link it in the description. Check it
For
out.
Link it
sure,
in the
for sure.
description.
For sure, for sure. Did you guys both say for sure at the same time?
I think Skylar just said it twice. Hey, did you break? Okay.
He's buffering.
I'm buffering. I was trying to process because I heard two people. I heard two people say for sure at the
I
same
think
time twice.
I did not say for sure.
Okay, okay, for sure,
Fine.
for sure,
For sure, for sure. Yeah.
for sure. Cool. Okay, next question. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right. Neutral. Sometimes I put pressure on myself to do things right. Sometimes I really don't. So I would say very neutral. I read that one just now. I take
Mm.
the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. I take the initiative to help other people. No, I would say I don't take the initiative. If I can, I will help them. But if people don't want my help, then I'm not gonna take the initiative. I put in the effort to make a good impression on other people. It depends on the person. If I really don't care who they are, then I don't really care. But I would say kind of accurate because most people I care about the impression I make on them, just because I don't want them to think negatively about me just for their sake. Like, I don't want people to have another person they hate.
Yeah, that's fair.
I set ambitious goals for myself. Yes, definitely. 100%. Way too ambitious sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'd agree.
What?
I'd agree. You do that.
Yeah,
What? What? What?
What? I was just trying to be honest, and Skylar agreed with me, and now I hate myself. Okay,
I feel silly.
I feel so silly. Um, I am an important member of my social groups. I would say that's kind of accurate, but if I was gone, like that group would still exist.
I don't know about that. Come on.
That's true, dude. Never mind. I take it back. I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth and detail. Yeah, because I overanalyze my emotions to try and cope with them. So yeah, accurate. I often feel like an outsider. That's semi-accurate. Depends on what situation I am in. If it's people here, it's very easy to feel like an outsider in a new situation like college. But like
Right.
when I'm at home with like all my friends, no, I don't feel like an outsider at all. So actually, I would say neutral. I would say neutral because I am both a lot of the times. I find
Yeah.
my mind to be a very interesting place. Yeah, sometimes. I would say sometimes. Sometimes accurate. So accurate. Yeah.
Accurate.
I am always aware of what can go wrong in a situation. Aware of what can go wrong. No, I would say that's pretty inaccurate. Sometimes I'm just like, I just dive into a situation and then I'm like, well, I mean, how did this happen? When in reality, if I just like taken a second and thought about it, like it would have been fine. I have many ways of avoiding situations that get me down. Aw, what a nice way to phrase it. How, who phrases it like that anymore? Who says,
Get me
get me
down.
down?
Get you down.
Dang, man, I'm
You're
just
so
feeling so
down.
down
Oh, you
recently.
been blue lately? Oh, it seems
I've
like you
been
might be
running
blue.
amok.
Ah.
Too bad. Really.
Ah.
Ah,
I've been running amok, dude. How do you guys feel about that?
that sucks.
I don't know. Neutral. Neutral, I don't know. Do I? Do I do that? I don't know. I'm not that aware of myself. I'm always up for a new adventure. Heck yes. An adventure? An adventure is the thing that makes me say yes. Because if it's just a new thing, like sometimes it's like, oh, learning about how to do something that is doesn't sound interesting to me that I can't think about right now. Yeah, no, I won't do that. But an adventure, heck yeah, dude. I believe that things usually work out for the best. Inaccurate. I would say most of the time things don't work out for the best, but you know, nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Nobody knows.
I would say, you know, things don't work out for the best a lot of the times, but that sometimes that's better than what you want, you know. The best, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I would say neutral, actually, now that I'm talking to myself. I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking the rules. We've literally had that exact question.
We break
Dis
the rules.
disagree. I don't care, dude. You know, actually, this disagree because if you're breaking the law, yeah, I will be sad if you disrupt
It
things
always comes
by
down to the law for
it.
Christians.
It does
It's always
because
the law.
that's the ultimate rules. You know.
Comes down to the wall. Yeah.
Listen,
Comes
man, about
down to the wall. Come on, dude, don't do me like that. We all forgot about the wall thing. Okay, I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe and secure. Mm, uh, alliances?
yeah, very interesting way to
I
say it.
make
Right?
alliances.
Alliance.
Well, I've been talking to
Alliance.
France, and they said they're going to back us up by sending us a giant statue. A little history joke for all you. I make alliances safe and secure. Bro, I don't think about that when I make alliances. So inaccurate.
When you go into making an
When
alliance,
I go
that's
into,
not on your mind.
yeah, I am often looking ahead toward what is coming next. Gosh dang it. Just rephrased questions. That kind of accurate because in the future of my life.
Don't say it again.
Shut up, dude. Stop asking me this question. I am a responsible and reliable person. I would say kind of inaccurate. Wait.
You started it very accurate and worked your way down clicking.
Yeah. I would say there's a lot of times where I'm very irresponsible with things, and sometimes I can be very irreliable, which is not, it's not a good quality. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's a good quality, but, that's just how I am sometimes, and I'm not proud of
Being
it,
honest.
but who cares?
Yeah.
Dude, who cares? Screw you guys.
We didn't even say anything.
Nothing.
Okay.
No words were said.
I have a lot of plans for how I can improve myself. Neutral. I make sure that even small details are correct. Neutral. Small details usually don't matter. I enjoy caring for other. It says small details. That imply. I mean, in my line of work, no, I don't care. Like if it's like a space station, someone's like, "Oops, a one was off," which means we're gonna explode. Like, yeah, they should do that. But in my line of work, who cares? Like, if I'm so meticulous like that, I won't be able to be free to explore what I want with a scene, or or just anything in life. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. I enjoy that. I enjoy it a little bit. Yeah, depends though. I push myself to succeed. Yeah, I highly agree with that. I push myself to succeed in what I want to succeed in. I make important contributions to my community. Yeah, I would say that's accurate, semi-accurate. Is my community gonna be functional without me? Yes, but I make contributions. I feel have never truly belonged in social groups. No, highly inaccurate. I really feel like I belong with you guys for sure. I want to learn as much as I can about how the world works. No, no, because I'd say very inaccurate because I don't know. There's too much. There's too much. There's no way I'm gonna learn as much as I could learn. So I'm not. I'd say very inaccurate. It is important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. It's important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. What? No. I would say that's kind of inaccurate. But, if it's like a situation that's like touchy, then I'll probably think about it. I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. Neutral. Accurate. I would say it's kind of accurate. So I'll click the kind of accurate one. You guys are really talking up. You guys are really speaking up.
Really talking up a storm, right? Oh my god!
I'm just trying to blast through them because we've been going on for so long.
Nothing to say.
Yeah. If there's an interesting one, we'll stop on it. I try new things. Keeps life interesting. What? I try new things. Keeps life interesting.
That's not what it says, Christian.
I try. Oh,
I try new things. Keep life interesting.
my brain just can't read.
Keep life interesting.
Trying new things keeps life interesting. Trying new things keeps life interesting. Yeah, I would say that's highly accurate. Yeah, it depends on the new things you try, but sure. I'm an upbeat person. Kind of inaccurate. I can be.
Upbeat.
I don't say I'm upbeat. Like I'm a fairly like easygoing, like funny, haha guy, but I'm not like upbeat. I'm not like,
Yeah.
Oh, top of the morning to you laddies. Let's go, dude. Do you like that joke?
That was nice, dude. That was awesome.
I'm usually the one to take a stand when others won't. Yeah. Other people have stronger opinions than I do. No, I kind of disagree. It depends on the subject, but I kind of disagree. Everyone has a role to play in society and a duty to do their best. No, highly disagree. Highly disagree. That's some
You
like
highly disagree. That's interesting.
I highly disagree. I mean, if a duty and they have to do that duty their best. Like if you choose to be a doctor, yes, you have to do your duty the best you possibly can, in my opinion. But
Right.
everyone has a role to play in society and a duty to do their best. Not everyone has a duty to do their best. Somebody who's homeless on the street that was not the role they were assigned to in society, and they like what are they gonna do as a homeless person if they can't do anything? Like what's their best gonna be? Begging the best they possibly can? Like I walk past homeless people like every single day. They have a role in society, but that's not the role that they should be playing. Nobody should be playing that role.
No. See, there's got to be people at the bottom, right? You know, you got to have the dirt, right? That's the soil that feeds the plants, right? There's always got to be the people at the bottom, okay?
The soil.
The soil,
feeds
the
the
dirt,
plant.
the earth.
No,
right,
I'm
keep
changing. Highly agree. No, I'm just kidding.
Alex, that changed things. When you said it like that,
When you said it like a businessman that has definitely murdered people to get into his position, that's what changed my mind.
People at the bottom, right? Those people at the bottom don't even question it. They have a purpose. They have a goal, all right? They have a duty, and they have to do that to their best ability, all right? Everyone has a role to play.
Yeah. What?
Everyone has a. All right, keep going.
Not to stop your bit short, but Skylar, what would you say? So would you say you don't highly disagree? Why wouldn't you highly disagree?
no, I agree with what you said. I guess I just read the question.
Well, how do you read the question then? Because
I read it. I guess I read it more of like everyone had a purpose. Yeah, I guess I do disagree with a duty to do their best. Sounds very harsh and cold, but
Yeah.
the first part I agree with.
Okay, so you probably put like kind of inaccurate or maybe neutral.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I get that. I'm concerned with protecting what I have. What? Neutral? I don't know. Am I? I try new ways of doing things just to see if they will work. If something's already working, why would you try something new? I have a great deal of willpower. I almost said pillow power.
Pill power.
Pill power.
Pill power. I have a great deal of willpower. I'd say I highly agree. I have a great deal of willpower. I can will myself. Actually, there's some things I can't will myself to do, so kind of agree. I wouldn't say highly agree. There's some things that I cannot will myself to do, like dumb schoolwork that just doesn't mean anything. Self-improvement is a major interest of mine. Yeah, highly agree. Because, I mean, I'm thinking career-wise, yes, for sure. Personality-wise, there's like, I can't be dogging on myself all the time. Ooh, okay. That was it. That was the whole thing. That took a while.
Yeah,
If we skip, there weren't any questions that I was too shy to answer. So if
I
we
don't think
skip,
so,
if we skipped some questions within the podcast, it was just because they were like repeating questions, just the same rephrased questions, like
Right.
yeah.
like I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. Like the past, like these pages have all had a question that's like that. So we just wanted to save you guys the pain of hearing the same question and the same answer over and over and over again. So there's going to be like quite a few cuts in this, which isn't really normal for most podcasts, but you know, I think it'll be better that way. It'll be better that way. So, yeah, let's see what my results are, and then we can all discuss. Warning, once you have closed the browser windows, whatever, dude. No thanks, just show my results. Okay.
Heavy 8.
All right, guys, so this is my end result. I'm mostly an 8, which is epic. If you guys want to hear us talk about my type and Skylar's type and Alex's type, tune in next week because we'll have that then. But for now, we finished the test and that was the whole podcast. So just make sure to tune in for next week to hear all of our opinions about, you know, what each type is, you know, if we agree with this whole thing, you know, where we stand. Where do I stand now that I've actually taken it? Yeah, tune in next week. And thanks for listening to Puppy Chow.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace.
Okay, was that a good
Yeah,
outro?
that's good. Yeah, that'll work.
Thanks, guys.
Kind of sucked, but yeah. But go ahead. And
Yeah, it was
stop
definitely. Yeah, it was horrible. Worst thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, whatever. It's fun.
Go ahead and end it because that was
Yeah.
good enough, and we'll actually have as good as it'll get. So.
Yeah, definitely drag this on for long enough. Oh my god, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Really. Yeah.
Man, I am dry as a cucumber. Hold on one second. I'm gonna grab some water.
Wait a minute. Dry as a cucumber.
That makes no sense.
Cucumbers are so wet.
They're super wet.
Like
on, guys.
probably like one of the most moist.
What is
vegetable.
this saying? There's something to do with cucumbers that is a saying.
Cool as a cucumber.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Dry as a cucumber. Hold on.
Wait a minute. Dry. As a
I
cucumber.
stand by what I say. I don't though.
It's definitely a saying.
It's
That's
definitely wrong.
Say that.
95% of a cucumber is water.
I could not have picked something more wet.
Yeah.
Such a wet vegetable.
Sorry, just drinking some water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just so you know, the cucumber is the wettest vegetable. It's the highest percentage of water.
Is
in
it
any
really?
vegetable. Yeah. I think it was lettuce comes right. It's their neck and neck because it's 95% and then 95%. So you literally chose the wettest.
It's the
vegetable
other
possible.
saying. But it's the other saying that tripped me up. Come on, guys.
Well, just so you know, watermelon. Okay, watermelon that has water in the name is only 92% made of water. So
come on.
you literally chose something that.
Destroying him.
Yeah.
Leveling him.
I'm getting absolutely demolished.
You tried to like gloss over it.
I
And
didn't
I
realize.
know
I
that
did
made
not
both me
realize
and Alex
until you
very
mentioned
upset.
it. I
To
didn't.
anyone who hears this.
Oh no.
Very, very important that you know that cucumbers boast. Okay, this is what it says. Cucumbers boast an extremely high water content.
They boast in it.
They boast. Okay, they're notorious for how wet they are. Okay, and you had the audacity to say you're as dry as a cucumber.
Well, maybe I mean that I'm wet.
Not dry at all.
Maybe I mean that I'm 95% wet. You ever think about that?
Well, it's an
I
interesting
hope that's
take.
What
not
about
what you
I'm
meant,
wet
Chris.
as sand? I'm wet as sand.
Whoa.
Sand isn't wet.
think
Sometimes.
they
A lot of. I mean.
Sometimes
is
it isn't
beach
wet.
Sand?
Like sand that isn't on the shore. Like you know, if you go on a beach, like the sand at the very, very back, not the sand that keeps getting covered with water. Oh no!
So after
Oh.
some quick research,
oh no! I put myself in a hole.
Sand has 0% water in it when it's totally dry. Just so you know.
There you go.
Looked it up, and they
That's
can
lost.
Wet as
confirm.
sand.
So when something is without water, it has no water in it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah. So if that makes you feel better, Christian.
Yeah. Wet as a cucumber.
I hate you guys.
It boasts the wettest
I
vegetable.
hate you guys so much.